No good will come from this.
Former Senator and attorney Robert Klitsky is referring to Bill 102 that went up for a public hearing late this afternoon at the Guam Legislature. The bill would allow the Civil Service Commission to conduct closed meetings without having to keep transcripts and recordings. As well, you and I would be prohibited from attending. According to Bill 102, only members of the Commission board, along with the Commission's counsel and its executive director, may be present during the closed deliberations. Klitsky, who submitted testimony, says the legislation contradicts a decision issued by the bill's author, Vice Speaker B.J. Cruz, when he was a judge back in 1984. Klitsky says at that time, then Judge Cruz issued a decision that prevented the CSC from conducting secret deliberations in sessions closed to the public.
He said the Civil Service Commission cannot, should not, and must not deliberate behind closed doors. So 30 years later, he introduces a bill that allows the very thing that, as a judge, he said shouldn't happen.
Klitsky questions why change it after 30 years. He suspects the introduction of the bill could be related to the highly controversial complaints and appeals involving Port Authority of Guam employees who were hired without meeting the required job specifications, as well as other cases involving port employees who were fired for their role in an alleged conspiracy to defraud the government and cover it up.
We probably have one of the most important civil service, or one of the most important matters to ever come before the Civil Service Commission since we've had a Civil Service Commission, and I can't see that anyone gains anything by doing this in secret.
Civil Service Commission Executive Director and former Senator Tony Lamarena, however, says it's not about secrecy, but safety. He says he actually had been working with the Vice Speaker on the bill.
We're seeing a lot of workplace violence. In some of our meetings, we've had situations where employees have had an outburst and commissioners fear for their safety. There have been meetings where commissioners have been followed to their vehicles after the meetings.
Lamarena compares his agency to the judiciary.
If you look at the courts who have juries deliberate in private. So we're just asking to be afforded that same courtesy that allows our commissioners to deliberate in private.
He defends that the process remains transparent because in the end, commissioners will vote in public. But Klitsky argues the public is shielded from deliberations on how the commission comes to its decisions.
I don't know where this decision-making power comes from, but I would certainly hate to see it go behind closed doors.